All right, so today we're going to go over Instanet and really how to. I'm actually going to be doing a counteroffer on my listing 1096 Gresham Court. So it says there's already a transaction here. I'll actually just click on that just because it's a listing. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Documents and upload the counter. So I'm going to add new document, find the file, Documents, real estate. I believe I have it there. So here is the counter. Hey Lee, yeah. Come back in here. Yeah. All right. So now it's at the very, very top. I can see the actual offer. So I can scroll through it, see all their stuff. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button, sign and authentic sign. I want to take a seat.
What did they offer?
It was full price. Now they want a couple stuff in there, so that's what we're really going to be countering. So now I need to put first who's going to be signing. So I'm going to put first come, first serve. It's going to be me, Richard, and Helen, the owners, and myself. And then the document is already set. Now I'm going to go to the design, and this is exactly where I will counter. So on this, something to note is they're actually missing their pre-approval letter and their earnest money deposit. Just a photo of the earnest money deposit. You're supposed to always attach a pre-approval letter and an EMD whenever you guys are submitting an offer. They did not do that. So technically, in my eyes, it is not a complete offer. So now I have to add verbiage in there, making sure they get it back. But some stuff to look on here. You can see who the buyers are, who the sellers are, the listing firm, the selling firm, how much the EMD is. So I can see it's $500. The escrow agent is Randy Tappan. I guess that is some, I don't even know who that is, honestly, whoever that is. I can see it is full price, $289.9 for a VA loan. Next thing, seller to pay all closing costs, COVA, HR fee, prepaids, debt buy down, and all other lender allowables up to 3% to be used at buyer's discretion. So I'm actually going to reword this to something that I like using in my transactions, just because that sounds very weird. And something that's confusing on this one, it says seller to pay all closing costs, but then it also says and allowables up to 3%. So really, I kind of want all of that jumbled into one. So I'm going to go to one of my old transactions here. And we're going to look for, let's see, Somerton. We did it on that one.
Some of the time.
Oh, no. No, that's the walkthrough report. Let's see. Let's go back to 2018 then. Really, I'm looking for one of my old buy sides. There you go. Ratify contract. And then this is one of my old documents here. What I put is seller to pay 3.5% of the final sales price towards buyer's closing costs, prepaids, brokerage fees, or any items at buyer's sole discretion. So I'm going to add all that in here and then make adjustments. So I'm actually going to cross all of this off by clicking on markup, click on this, and then go all the way across. And I'm going to do it again. And then I'm going to add my own verbiage. Click on this, drag, and boom. So now I want to edit this. So I'm going to put 3%, and actually, yeah, we'll put 3%. But I'm going to say seller to pay up to 3%, because if I put seller to pay 3% and they didn't use the full 3%, that means the buyer actually gets to keep the extra money. But since we put up to 3%, it doesn't mean the seller is paying exactly 3%, whatever the amount is. So if they pay 2.8%, then I save my seller the 0.2%.
Can't trust some people to do the right thing. You got to have it in writing.
Yeah, exactly. So on the list side, we always want to kind of edit it to say up to 3% rather than it to say seller to pay 3%. That one word will really get to it. So seller to pay up to 3% of the final sales price towards buyer's closing costs, prepays, brokerage fees, or any items at buyer's sole discretion. And seller pays for a 1-year home warranty up to, we're going to put $589 from 210 home buyer's warranty. And then what I have to do next is I have to drag for initials. So my sellers each have to initial next to it. And then the buyers will have to initial next to it as well. So let's see the next thing. So they're saying Navy Federal as the lender. Really, I'm going to add in here or United Atlantic Mortgage. And they're trying to say no permission is required to switch lenders, when if they're going to switch lenders, we need the seller's permission. So again, we are going because we don't want them switching to some random lender that may not even qualify them. So we always want to be in the know who is actually qualifying them. So I'm going to have both of my people's initial next to these. So anytime there's a change, you got to initial next to it. And then what we got to do is we actually have to go back and have the seller initial the bottom rights. But first I want to take care of the changes that we're going to be making. So they intend to occupy. It's good. Not septic. They want to close August 15th. So that's a little ways out, but it's not a bad thing. And my seller is okay with it, so we're going to leave it blank. This next thing right here, the settlement date may be extended by blank days if the parties, whatever, really it's automatically 10 days if we leave it blank, but we'll just leave it blank since it's the 10 days is fine. They waive a survey.
Yeah. Is that something you normally do?
Leave it blank?
Well, yeah, since it's so long out.
Yeah, so I would leave it blank just because that technically brings it to 8/25 if need be. But usually if I'm on the buy side, I'll put down 10 days. But if it's blank, it's automatically 10 days.
Okay. And since that, well, I guess that's not that far out.
It's 2.5 months out from now.
Yeah.
But really, my buyer is looking for new construction, which takes a while. So she's okay with the 2.5 months out because then she could possibly get a new construction and have it be 2-3 months out as well.
Okay. Now, say, anyway, could you do something in this to where, say it is, 2.5, 3 months out, could you put a clause in here to where you are you're the seller on this house? Are you the seller on this house?
I'm with the listing agent. I'm not the seller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
The seller is Gershwin Court. But yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask if you could get it so that if you were the seller, that you could get out of this offer if you got a better one before.
Yeah, we could put a first right of refusal. But if we counter this, I don't think we're gonna get something better. Honestly, at $289.9, that's actually pretty good for what we got. If it wasn't full price, then it'd probably be a little different. But let's keep scrolling down and see if there's anything we need to change. So the buyer is not going to get a survey. New financing, VA financing is good. They didn't say anything like this. It's 1% cap, so they left it blank. Buyer wants to get at seller's expense a termite report. That's pretty common. $100 is totally fine. It's public water. There's no septic. Buyer wants the seller to have the utilities on for them during walkthrough. It's not a condo. It is a POA of $30 a month, correct? Not a co-op. They want a home inspection. There's no EFIS. Wasn't built before 1978. Buyer to receive $1,000 paint allowance at close. So something about this is you're not allowed to say paint allowance or any kind of allowance in a contract. So the way she worded this honestly isn't even correct. But we're just going to mark it up. Gosh. Oh, no, hold on. So I'm going to cross this out first. Just because she wrote it completely wrong. Seller to pay $500 for paint. all we're going to put. You know, we almost want to be as vague as possible when we're typing something like this, but also we want to negotiate down how much we're giving.
Yeah, $1,000 is a lot. You could paint the whole house for.
No,
No.
it's usually $350 a room.
Oh, really?
300 bucks a room.
Yourself.
Yeah, you do it yourself. You get all the paint for that, no doubt. But if you're going to pay someone, that would get you 2 or 3 rooms. So now we have to have my people initial next to it.
What if they want to come back again? They can, right? They can come back and say, no, we want $750 for paint.
Yep. And they would cross mine out, and then we have initials everywhere, but it happens sometimes.
It seems like the sellers always get screwed on these deals.
Not always. So let's see here. They're asking for blinds, curtains, drapes, hardware, dryer, washer. I mean, everything. They're even asking for garage door opener, which doesn't exist. So we're going to cross that out, and we're going to cross this out as well. Just doesn't exist. Fireplace.
So they don't want the hot tub.
They do not want the hot tub, no.
They want it gone.
And you'll actually see that in a little bit. I clicked on initial. So my people have to initial here, 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 and here. There we go.
Question.
Yes.
On here, you had them initial for both of those,
Mhm.
but on the last one you crossed out.
Yeah, it's the same thing here. I was actually changing the wording, but it's under the same exact thing.
Okay.
Yeah. They just had 2 different spots that I'm crossing out each. So I just want initial next vote. We'd probably be fine with just this one.
Okay.
I'm just being on the safe end, honestly.
Anywhere you make a change, you gotta have initials.
All right, so what do you say about this one then?
For what?
I cross out the verbiage there and then put down this verbiage.
That's just one thing. You're making one change.
See, yeah. All right, cool.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, no,
So
yeah.
you're changing
So I
the
know.
verbiage.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
he's made 2 different X's there. So the garage doors and all remote. So that's 2 separate things. So it's 2 separate things that are changed.
What if he? Never mind.
No, you're fine. All right, number 2, that is correct. That is fine. So now let's see if they added in anything else, which they did. So seller to provide a 1-year home warranty from HMS Home Warranty. Do we have HMS in here? Could you see what their inspection cost is?
Of course, no, that's
Yeah.
HMS is down there.
HMS. Grab that real fast, please.
Get the basic one and just put not to exceed.
Yeah.
Because somebody forgot to do that on one of my contracts and I'm about to add $100 to it.
There you go. That's what I would do too.
Because they just sent me an invoice for $530 and it says $650 on the contract.
So a buyer base plan is $500, and we can make it $449.
Just a heads
Not
up,
too
man, I
soon.
gotta leave in 5 minutes.
That's fine. All right. So since they have that there, we go back up here and get rid of this. Ooh. All right. So I got rid of that, and since they want to use HMS, we'll let that be, but I'm just going to add verbiage in there. So I'm going to mark up not to exceed 449. I believe that's what it was. 449. There it is. And so I'm going to actually kind of drag in my own lines here. Okay, fine.
Right.
So to provide a 1-year HMS home warranty not to exceed $449. So now we're going to drag the initials. I don't know why she included property to be swept clean. It has to be free of everything. And then sauna and hot tub to be removed at property at close. That's fine. We are okay with that.
That's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So then let's see if there's anything else. They're asking for the 3%. You always want to make sure they don't add on to that.
Can you lower it?
It's whatever we offered in the listing. So we offered 3%, so she put down the 3% there. And then let's see, they want to have the home inspection in 10 days. That's fine.
Could that be something you do to where, you know, if the agent comes in trying to screw your seller, you'd be like, all right, that's fine, but you know, you get 0.5% or like 1% less commission to like save the money.
You can negotiate that, yes.
But I guess people would probably not want to work with you if you did something like that.
Yeah. So something else that we want to include in here that I want to add, I wish there was more room right here under other provisions, but I'm going to add in here that I need proof of pre-approval and that they have to get approved through United Atlantic Mortgage since they're going to be so far out. I want 2 mortgage companies to make sure they're approved. And then 2, I need a copy of the receipt of the EMD within, I'm going to put 48 hours of ratification, or within 48 hours of today, honestly, just because you always have to have that stuff. So I'm just going to drag and drop, and I'll make the verbiage pretty small. Now, something about small as well. One time I kind of had something like this where it was small, where we asked for a mirror to be removed, and the sellers didn't remove the mirror at closing. And it's like a wall mirror, like the whole wall. And the guy who's just an older agent didn't see it, and I was like, dude, it's in the contract. I'm sorry. So it's something like when you're on the list side where you got to try and look through all that stuff. Seller to get approved through why did I put seller? Buyer.
Why would the agent submit an offer without the EMB?
Without the EMD and pre-approval letter?
Yeah.
I don't know. They have to
Just
do
wanted
it.
to get it in.
It's been over a week that we've had this offer, so they've had time. Through United Atlantic Mortgage, buyers to get approved through United Atlantic Mortgage, as well from Navy Federal, and bring both pre-approval and send both pre-approval letters to the listing agent within 7 days of ratification. Buyers to send copy of EMD within 48 hours. Within 48 hours of ratification. All right, so I'm adding this in there. Yeah. What? Buyers to get pre-approved through United Atlantic Mortgage as well as from Navy Federal, and send both pre-approval letters to the listing agent within 7 days of ratification. Buyers to send a copy of EMD within 48 hours of ratification. Boom. And then now I actually have to have them initial that because I am adding verbiage there. Boom. All right, so since I have all of that, now what I want to do is just scroll through real quick again and make sure 289 VA. And now I actually have to go back and drag and drop all of these. But there actually is an easy way to do this. So if you go to layout, apply layout, where is it? Page markup options. There is a way to do it where you can basically drag all of these on all the bottoms of the pages. Okay, well, I'll get that later for us because that used to be there. But now I have to go back and drag Helen's and Richard's name on all of these. And that is everything. Do you guys have any questions that you can think of?
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily exactly relate to this, but she was originally thinking, or maybe you were too, that y'all were gonna sell for like 275, right?
Mhm.
That's good.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's
tight.
why I'm saying I'm not trying to fight this too much,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
still trying to fight it a little bit to where my seller is like, yo, you're going above the extra mile. Like you're getting us 15 grand more than we thought, and trying to negotiate down. Worst case scenario, we do the paint allowance of $500 more, but it's still a huge win in our book when we're getting 10 grand, 15 grand over
Yeah.
what we
It's
originally
gonna be the
thought.
highest comp.
Exactly. And so now I just got to drag and drop everything.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, I know. Hey, man, sale's a sale.
Yeah, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Oh, and look, she didn't even drag my my deport statement and all that because I have these signed by my seller already. But we'll just.
Where would she get that from?
You can get it in transaction desk when you're submitting an offer.
Oh, because you have it like saved through the
Mhm.
MLS. Okay.
Exactly. I already have it saved in there.
So this person sucks.
They only sell 5 houses a year, so
True. They're just looking for that.
I don't.
Quick commission.
Yeah, I don't know. They know what they're doing. But so now I'm dragging in that I'm charging 6% to the seller, giving them 3%.
They're getting that money at least.
Yeah, exactly. Then we go back to Helen. Drag.
So I'm saying people give up 6%.
That's the majority of people, man.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I mean, if you think
It is a
about it,
lot of money.
like on a $500,000 sale, we're talking 15 grand each side.
Yeah.
It's 30 G's in commissions.
That's what a lot of people make in a whole damn year.
And look, they didn't even sign this section right here, the buyers.
Jesus.
Yeah. So there's so many things with it that you have to that you have to look and make sure that they did, and they didn't do a lot of stuff. And so even before I submit this, I'm gonna look one more time to make sure I've got everything in place.
See you later.
Bye.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that I've crossed all my T's,
Yeah.
dotted all my I's. Because this is legit paperwork, and messing this stuff up is never fun.
So even if your clients signed this right now and y'all sent it back, it wouldn't be ratified.
No, because we countered. So technically, we rejected their offer.
Right.
And submitted our own.
Oh,
offer.
so now they have to. Right.
So now they can counter, reject, accept. They'll most likely counter this.
But okay, say your buyers did accept this. Would it?
Their buyers, yes.
Right,
Not my
right.
buyers, yeah.
Well, your seller, sorry.
Yes.
If they accepted this, would it not have officially been ratified since the buyers didn't sign everything they needed to?
Who are you talking about? So
So
who are
they
you
sent the
referring to?
offer over to you, but it
Yes.
was an incomplete offer.
Correct.
If your seller signed it, would they still be held?
Well, that's why I put in here that we must have a pre-approval letter from United Atlantic Mortgage and Navy Federal within. Actually, I'm going to change that to 5 days to make it more legit. And if they don't, then contract is voided. So I'm actually going to add verbiage in there, and that's why you always look at everything again. So I'll go back to that for sure. I usually look at this about 6 times before I send it back.
Good call.
Yeah, you don't want to mess this stuff up.
Another question.
Yes.
Do you go over all this stuff with the client?
Usually I go over the main stuff, like kind of what I did with you guys, to make sure that they understand everything that's going on.
Okay.
If buyers fail to complete either task, then the contract is null and void. All right, so I need to find a spot to put this. And actually, I'm going to change the color too, just so it kind of stands out a little bit. Let's Let's make it red. Buyers get pre-approved through United Atlantic Mortgage as well as from Navy Federal and send both pre-approval letters to the listing agent within 5 days of ratification. Buyers to send a copy of EMD within 48 hours of ratification. If buyers fail to complete either task, then the contract is null and void. Perfect.
And then within 5 days, I know there was something that came after that, but is that within 5 days of
Ratification.
Okay.
Once both parties agree. So like if we agree today, then the 5 days starts. But I doubt it's going to happen today. It'll probably happen tomorrow. And I'm changing all my stuff I changed to red. So it stands out. I want her to make sure she sees it. All right, so one last time. Let's see. 289.9 VA, both signatures, both. Seller pay up to 3% of the final sales price towards buyer's closing costs, prepays, brokerage fees, or any items at buyer's sole discretion. Period.
Boom.
Both are initialing here, both are initialing there, both initials there. Yes, both. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yep. Yep. Just keep it rolling.
See you all tomorrow.
See you
All right,
soon.
see ya.
Yep. Yes, yes. 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 Yep. Let me change that to red. Red. Check. Check. Actually, we'll just get closer on this. Okay. Yes, yes. Yep, I signed as well. Check. Check. And then they still have to sign this. Perfect. So it is all set. I press next, and now it is going to say, do you want to send? Yes, send invites. Done. Okay, cool. Now it's going to say that I submitted the email. I should get an email any second from Transaction Desk, basically just saying, hey, please sign this. And then we'll go over what to do, how to sign it. The email usually takes a minute or two to come in. Sometimes it comes in sooner, sometimes later. I'm just going to keep refreshing until it comes in. And then as soon as I get it, since I did first come, first serve, that means whenever I get it, my sellers are going to get it as well. And then I'm going to text them, just letting them know, hey, I submitted the counter. Please sign it as soon as you can. You see I just got it in here. It says authenticate invitation to review and sign documents. This is exactly what my sellers would see as well. We just tell them to click here on the pen. From there, it's going to load the transaction. So it's going to say, please verify I'm not a robot. If you do this on the phone, you can. It'll probably just show images of like, select the cars or select the buildings, something to verify you're not a robot. And then at this point, we're going to load the 20 pages of the offer. And then we are just waiting. Usually it's like 30 pages or so. I notice here they didn't include the CDIF, which they technically don't need to. Let me just go back to my listing real quick to verify something. So I'm going to go to Gershman. We see here.
Oh, dang, that picture turned out really nice.
Yeah, it is very, very good photos. So we see here 3-bed, 2.5 bath, built in 1988. Perfect. All right, now I'm going to go back over here. Yes.
I just thought it said something about the seller 2.5% commission.
Yeah, that's what we're offering, new offers, but here we'll just let it go. All right, so anyways, back to being able to sign it. Now I'm going to click start, and it brings me exactly where I need to sign.
Oh, sweet.
And this does it for your buyers too. Make sure they click complete signing, and then no thanks, and then they're all done. So from there, you'll actually get an email saying they are done signing. So if we go back to my emails here, soon I'll have something pop up just saying a signature just happened, and that is it. Lee, do you have any questions?
I'm good to go.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Oh.